Okay, great. You're live.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nantucket Historic District Commission meeting of Thursday. I believe it's May 6th. I'm Ray Pohl, for the record, chairman of the Nantucket Historic District Commission. First, let's confirm that we have our members here. So members, when I call your names, if you could respond in the affirmative, that would be great. Diane Coombs.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, Diane. Val Oliver.
Aye.
Thank you. Abby Camp.
Aye.
Very good. Good. Thank you. John McLaughlin.
Aye.
Thank you, John. Stephen Welch.
Aye.
Very good. And Carrie Thornwell.
Here.
All right, everybody. Woo! Okay, we're off to a good start. Staff, when I call your names, if you could respond in the affirmative. Kathy Flynn.
Present.
Holly Backus.
Present.
Very good. Okay, this open meeting of the Nantucket Historic District Commission is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020. That order, posted with agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to convene remotely so long as public access to deliberations is reasonably provided. This meeting is convening via Zoom with video and audio recording, and we are being broadcast via YouTube on our town's YouTube channel. Now, we will have Holly wants to say a few words at the beginning of the meeting under public comment, so we're going to do that first. Materials provided to members for the meeting or provided during the meeting are, unless otherwise noted, available on our town's website. During the meeting, I'll introduce agenda topics and speakers. Everyone, please remember to mute your Zoom audio until your name is called. Thank you. And let's direct comments and questions through the chair to avoid crosstalk and make the taking of minutes easier. Finally, votes taken at today's meeting will be done via roll call. Thank you all very much for that. And I also believe that Kathy might have some modifications to today's agenda before we vote to ratify the agenda. So Kathy, you want to walk us through that?
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Would you all strike number 1 of consent, which is 5 Curlew Court?
Okay. Just
That's it.
strike it.
Strike it out. It's on there twice, basically.
I see. Okay. All right. Is that it?
That is it, Mr. Chair.
Oh, okay. Easy. So may I have a motion from one of you kind people?
So moved.
Thank you,
A motion.
Diane. So the motion is to approve the modified agenda for today's meeting. On that motion, John McLaughlin.
Aye.
Thank you. Abby Camp.
Aye.
Val Oliver. Very good. Diane, on your motion.
Aye.
Thank you. And I'm in favor. So we have an approved agenda. So next, first item on the agenda is a public comment. And at this time, I'd like to recognize Holly Backus, who would like to say a few things for the record.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
Mr.
Holly.
Chair. I appreciate that. First, I think it would be, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the sudden passing of a former HDC administrator, Mr. Mark Voigt. I know I have not worked with him long, but I've known him for many, many years. I was first introduced to him through the love of historic architecture back when I was in high school working at Nantucket Preservation Trust. The select board last night did give a little brief recognition of the sudden loss. So I wanted to mention that today's meeting. My
Yeah,
second thing is I wanted to remind everybody about Resilient Nantucket. I was before the select board last night presenting to where we are with this MVP action grant. I respectfully request any final comments to be sent to me as soon as possible on this draft. We have till the end of June to wrap it up with the with Massachusetts. So there's that. And then on a high note, I just wanted to remind everybody that May is Preservation Month for the
Very
country.
good.
So do something in addition to what you do for historic architecture. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. Well, oh gosh, that's terrible news about Mark. I just found out about it 10 minutes ago when I read your comment, Holly. He was a great guy. Thanks, Holly. Okay, so that's it for public comment. Now we've got I think, a relatively short, actually shorter consent agenda. I need to recuse from that, so Diane, if you could chair, and it looks like Val might need to recuse. That might be it. So anyway, I'll mute just for a second. Thank you. And
Oh.
Diane, if you could take over. Thanks.
Yep, okay, good. Can I have a motion on the consent agenda with, can Abby,
Aye. I mean,
Carrie,
on a motion or are we voting on it?
a motion?
A motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Carrie,
Aye.
Johnny,
Aye.
Stephen,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
and me. That takes care of the consent, and
Perfect.
Val is the only one that has to go with the consent with conditions, so I turn it back to Ray.
Okay, thanks. So let's see. Val needs to step off of this short one. How about Stephen, if you could sit in on this one? That'd
Sure.
be great. All right. Can I have a motion on consent with conditions?
Move to accept 1 and 2.
Okay, thanks. On that motion, Stephen,
Aye.
John. John?
Yeah, aye.
Okay, thank you. Abby?
Aye.
Very good. Diane, on your motion?
Aye.
And I'm in favor, so that motion carries. Very good. Now we have signs. Oh, actually, this will be the regular board, I think, unless we've got any recusals. Okay, Kathy, you want to walk us through these?
Yes, so number 1 and 2 were held for revisions.
Okay, can I have a motion on that?
So move.
All right, thanks, Diane. On Dan's motion to hold for revisions on the 1 and 2, John?
Aye.
Thank you. Abby?
Aye.
Thank you. Val?
Aye.
Good. Diane?
Aye.
Great. Okay, item 3,
Was motion to approve?
just 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a standalone. Okay, motion on that?
Motion.
Okay, thanks, Val. On the motion, John?
Aye.
Thank you. Abby?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
Val?
Aye.
And I'm in favor. Item 4 and
Uh,
5.
Number 4 was hold for revisions.
So move.
Okay, is 5 different than that?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. So item 4, hold for revisions, and Diane has just motioned to hold. On that motion, John? John?
Aye.
Thank you. Abby?
Aye.
Val?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
Very good. Item 5.
Number 5 and 6 were motion to approve.
Okay. Somebody?
So move.
Thank you, Diane. On Diane's motion, John?
Aye.
Thank you, Abby.
Aye.
Val?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
And I'm in favor. Okay, that was 5 and 6.
And then number 7 through 15 were held for representation.
All right. How about
So
that one?
moved.
All
So
right,
moved.
Diane. So 7 through 15, hold for representation. On Diane's motion, John?
Aye.
Very good. Abby?
Aye.
Val?
Aye.
Diane?
Aye.
And I'm in favor. Okay, that's it for signs. Now we're along to the few old business items that were carried over from Monday's meeting. First up, 10 Easy Street. We have established boards on all of these folks. So this first one will be myself, Diane, Abby, Val, Stephen. Okay. Speaking of Stephen Thoreau, you were there. So are you representing this?
Am, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Well, we met with you last time and you guys gave me some options to take a look at. We also met with the Historic Advisory Board.
Yeah.
We've put in a window survey from the town if we could scroll down and see the window survey, which we provided, which shows most of the windows that are in town, the style of what the windows are and what they look like. Yeah, so let's see here. Those are some early photos, 30s and 40s, yeah. Yeah, and then the 60s, 90s. Now you can see that that's was the old candy shop.
Mhm.
And then you've got the new bakery, which is the same kind of configuration.
Mhm.
And that actual configuration takes place and occurs a lot in the in-town area. You can continue to scroll. You can see it again right there. And that has more of the upper divisions, larger. So in meeting with the Historic Advisory Committee, we discussed two particular options, which we've submitted as option B and option C before you today.
Okay.
And my client and I both prefer option B. And in option B, what that does is that we've installed a center rail between the clear glass panes that we had originally designed to give it more of a horizontal, more of a vertical feel than the horizontal feel. We've then added the upper small window panes to match the window sizes in the windows above. So option B is before you there, and option C is more of an option that looks like the windows at the Brock building. Now, those were both of the recommendations from the Nantucket Historical Advisory Committee.
HSAB.
So, yeah, so we gave you both of what they said would be appropriate for you guys to decide.
So Stephen, just so that I'm clear, because I'm not seeing like any A or B on this, the top two with the sash, sort of the little muntins at the top, that's option A? Is that
That's
what that is?
option B. That's option B.
That's option B. And then the one below it, is that option C?
That is option C. Now,
And
option
both-
A was just the big clear pane that was previously submitted, which nobody liked.
Right. Okay, so got it. So we're looking at option B, which is the top two, option C, which is the bottom two. Thank you, Stephen. Now, do we have updated HSAB review on this one, Holly?
We have it based on the whole concept. They met on April 26th. One, to remind the commission that this is a circa 1930s structure. Their comments, their concerns were as a single window unit, the proportions are too horizontal. And that was what Steve had submitted originally, which is right here. The panes.
Oh, yeah.
So this recommendation to divide the window unit into two individual sash with mullion posts in between as presented. This would give the unit a more vertical orientation, which will relate better to the upper windows in the dwelling or structure. Another option to consider is to have a fully divided light sash with large panes similar to the Brock building on Main Street. Essentially, that's why this one was also proposed. So this came in afterwards, after their recommendations. And thank you, Steve, for that. Those are their comments, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Steve, could you just confirm, I'm pretty sure that you said that the pane size on the B option, the one at the top two, is the same pane size that occurs in the E windows, but
Yes,
they don't
correct.
they don't appear to be.
Well, that's because one is drawn with double lines and one is drawn with single lines. That's all.
Oh, good.
Okay, they are 8 by 10.
Boy, I'm not sure that I agree with that, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each one of those little things is 10 over 10, right? And so the ones up above are 4. So like if you actually took and did 10 lights, it would be way wider than the window down below it. Do you see what I'm saying, Stephen?
I understand, but we do want the glass size to be the same.
Okay, just as long as it's understood, because I think that's kind of important, because if they're
Oh,
smaller.
I agree, Ray. It's very important that the glass size match.
Okay, all right. Very good. Okay, thank you, everyone. So now let's hear from the people who are sitting on this application, and I believe you all know who you
Uh-oh.
are. That was you, Diane, right?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
I am for the windows at the top, the B,
Okay, the B option.
and for sure having the windows. It looks like if that is for, it looks like they probably are 6, because if you put 2 windows together, it's much wider than the single window down below. So
Right.
it would sort of look like a 6 over 6 each side, so 12 in the thing, just as long as it matches the second story window panes. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Thank you, Diane. Who's next? Abby?
Yeah, well, the Muntins are true divided lights, and that Muntin in the middle, that divides it into 2, is that's a real, these aren't like,
It's a real rail, Abby. It's
Right.
2.5 inches wide, yes. And it's a true divided light because it has to be, of course, and it's tempered.
Okay, I just didn't want anything fudgy going on. I think I'm in favor of that one too, but I'd like to hear what other people say.
Okay, thanks, Abby. Val?
I agree with the lot, as long as the pane sizes are what the existing pane sizes are, I'm good with it. No, a B, option B, yeah.
Stephen?
Yeah, can we zoom in on the upper 2, please? Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with this set, and I think that for me the size is not as important within reason of these individual small lights as is the proportion of the height to the width. So if it turns out you need to get 8 over, a group of 8 wide to fit in there, 8 wide and 2 tall, that's fine with me. It's not the number, it's not the size, it's the proportion. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I do respect the proportion thing, but I think they're so close to each other that, well, particularly because Stephen Thoreau said that the intention was to match the panes up above. I definitely think that would look really good if they were. So my vote would be to have them match. So would somebody care to make a motion on this?
Can
I
I
will-
make a motion saying
Yep.
to have as submitted using option B with
Mhm.
the panes in the store windows to be the same size as the panes on the second floor?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Diane.
Mr.
On
Chairman,
that-
may I add something?
Oh,
before we-
yeah, go ahead, Stephen.
Could we do this through the staff? I'd like
yeah.
the staff to take a look at it and be comfortable with the
No.
proportions once it's all squared and done, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was, yeah, right.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll go through staff. So that is Diane's motion. On the motion, Stephen,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Abby, Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. That motion carries. Thank you, Steve Thoreau.
Thanks all.
All
Have a
right,
good day.
next up, thank you, you too. Next up, we're back to 33 Main Street, Sconset, the notorious pool application. This was heard on Monday, So it's me, Diane, John, Abby, Carrie. Okay, David, are you on board? David Trost?
I am, I'm here.
Okay. This was a little confusing, but I think that we have a little bit of a split board. John wanted to go out and view it again. So now we're reconvening on that. So Dave, just for the record, I don't think that you changed anything since Monday, correct?
No, but we just provided some supplemental information, some further photo documentation.
Okay, well, so then let's take a look at that.
I'm not sharing my screen, so I think hopefully
Well,
Holly.
Holly can relinquish her screen so that you can share. I don't know how to do it myself, but some people seem to know how to do it.
You push that button that says share.
Whenever I push that button, Diane, my computer always shuts off.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That big red button.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Dave, that's you screen sharing now, right?
No, that's Holly.
Well, does Holly have your information?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, I do. I
Well,
finally saw
then
it.
Dave,
so-
you don't need to screen share. She'll show us everything.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
So this map, we wanted to include, and it's not so much to show, obviously at this point, you guys all know about the other pools in Sconset. We don't need to beat that. But I did want to show that there was some confusion. This property is definitely outside of the old historic district. So it's obviously, it abuts the line, as you can see, but it's outside of it. So
Okay.
just wanted to make that clear.
Okay.
You know, I know there's been some precedent recently with pools that have been approved inside of the old historic district, but I don't need to go there.
All right. Those are actually called water features officially, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Continue.
Sorry about that. I thought there was a pool that was approved. But
yeah.
most importantly with this, what I want to point out is, and Diane actually had me doubting whether it truly was not visible from any public way. So I went back out and took a lot of photos, and it really is not visible from either Bunker Road or Main Street. Almost from every perspective, there's either two hedges blocking the view, you know, a neighbor's hedge plus the hedge around the property. You know, one perspective, there's a board fence that blocks the view. And then, you know, on top of that, you add all the additional screen planting that we're going to be doing. It's not going to be visible at all. So I think that's about all I have to say.
Okay. Holly, I can't imagine that between Monday's meeting and today's meeting that HSAB had not HSAB, Sconset Advisory had any additional comments.
No, sir, no additional comments.
Okay, all right. So then let's go back to the board. I think, well, does anyone have anything further they'd like to say on this application? Any one of the voting board members, that is.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, it's
Okay.
Abby.
Yep.
I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm just afraid of starting a precedence on historic Main Street and for a historic house. So I'm to continue to be a nay.
Yeah, I understand.
May I speak, Ray?
Of course, Diane, go ahead.
Okay, I am also a nay. This may be one house outside of the old historic district. It is, however, on Main Street coming into the small village of Sconset, and it is not appropriate.
Okay. Again, I am not surprised to hear you say that. You've been consistent in your view. So thank you very much, Diane. Carrie? You with us? Carrie?
Yeah, I am, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a yes because I thought there are precedents in this area. And I was under the impression that the one across the street down a little bit in the historic district was a pool. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. But
Well, okay, maybe I erred, but I'm pretty sure that in the OHD, both in Nantucket and in Sconset, there is a proscription against pools, but we're having the same issue up at, oh gosh, what do we call that area? Prospect Hill, I think, where it's a water feature, which means that it has to be like a certain size and a certain depth to meet code.
That
right,
is true, Mr. Chairman, but the ones on the map, which you got from me, are all pools. The ones all
Oh.
identified are all pools.
Okay,
What the difference is that a lot of the pools are in the R10, R20, and
Yeah.
not in the R1 or the ROH, let's put it that way. So that's why mine at 28 got approved, because it was outside of the R1 ROH group, and in
Okay.
R10 or 20, I forget which one it is, but it's in the OHD. So they don't jibe well between the OHD and the other zoning districts, so they're a little off.
okay. Thanks for clarifying, Linda.
and I feel like I'm a little inconsistent because on the Prospect, there are none anywhere. And I don't want to start that there, but I feel like this, it's like we're caught between a rock and a hard place because there are pools right here and you can't deny that. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I was in favor of this because I think
Okay,
lack of visibility and precedence in the area. So
okay. Thank you, Carrie. John,
Yes,
were you
thank
able
you.
to go out and view?
I've been waiting.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
I viewed it yesterday,
Okay,
and yes, the hedges are coming along fine. And another 3 weeks to a month, you will not be able to see anything in the back from the sides or the front. But the map I have in front of me right now, I've had since September 20th, 2001. I believe that's the last time they made a change on the map. And it goes down, I want to make it a point here. You go down, it goes down Maury Lane, comes out next to Hedgerow and Underhill, and then it goes straight across the street, across the beach to the water. Now, if I have here, what I have here is the map, that's what it shows. Then my argument on it is it's saying it goes down Murray Lane. All right, when the law was written, and it was written that if you go down the outside lot of going down Murray Lane or anywhere in the Ocean Avenue, and if you go down there, as we did, and we looked at it, and it's a what am I going to call it? The law states the state law given Nantucket its power of the HDC. It says in there that if the line goes down Maury Lane, all right, and on the outside of it towards the water tower,
yeah,
200 feet, within 200 feet of Maury Lane shows that that's the true line of it. Now I can stand to be guessed about it because I've got it right here in front of me, and I think what I'm trying to say, it says 200 feet or the end of the first property line along Maury Lane to the west. So whatever's on Maury Lane can only go back 200 feet. Anything over 200 feet is not considered in the Historic Districts Commission. But anyway, I want that explained from my side of it. I had to look at it from that too. Anyway, the house up there on 33, is it? Yeah, 33 Main Street. I don't think there's gonna be any problem with that because it's getting shaded in quickly. And bushes and some fences back there. So I don't think you're gonna see this pool. Thank you.
Okay. And I continue to say that we won't see the pool, number one, but number two, that if there is a motion on this, it should include the no visibility at time of inspection and thereafter, the thing that we always append to our pool approvals, which safeguards us. So would somebody care to make a motion on this application?
Mr. Chairman,
Oh, yes, John, sorry.
I'd like to make a point of order and a question. You might remember when a couple of years back, they said the town voted there'd be no swimming pools in the old historic districts area of Sconset and Nantucket downtown.
Correct.
So that was voted by the town.
Correct.
Why are we still putting swimming pools inside the old historic districts area?
Well, no, they're not allowed by zoning. So this is outside of that area. So that's why it's coming in as an application.
Thank you.
Okay.
May I ask them
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
if one of the things that we have been shown is inside? I think that Linda had mentioned one was inside, the one on Main Street across the street, on just off Maury Lane. They're supposed to be inside the old historic district. They were approved as pools. How did that happen?
Because they're outside of the ROH, which is the zoning is ROH. These lots, the 28 and 33 are in R10, I believe, or R20. And that's not the same. What they voted on at town meeting is ROH and SOH, which are zoning, which don't necessarily jibe with the OHD. So if you're in a zoning district outside of those two, but you're in the OHD, the zoning does not prohibit it.
Right. Right. So the crux of that problem that you just brought up, Diane, has to do with the fact that the zoning OHD and the HDC OHD are not exactly the same footprint, which comes up fairly frequently for us, and it adds to the confusion of what we have to do. So did that answer your question,
Yeah,
Diane?
except that one down on Pittman Road, is that a pool? And that's inside that striped area.
Well, the striped area, if the striped area is the HDC, not the zoning, right?
Yes,
Right.
Mr. Chair, that's the 1955 boundary of the old historic district, even though the entire island is a historic district. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Right. Okay, does that make sense to you, Diane?
No, but if that's the rule.
Well, actually, that's an interesting distinction. Whether it's the rule and whether it makes sense aren't exactly the same thing. So
But
every red
square is every red square is a real pool approved.
Well, yeah, no, that's apparent. That is apparent. Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, John.
I have a comment. You mentioned a while back.
Okay.
Do we have a motion on this?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one. I'll make a
Okay.
motion to approve it as submitted because of lack of visibility from the public way.
Okay, and John, just as a safeguard on that motion for pools, could we also add the language that says that the pool will not be visible from any public way at the time of inspection and thereafter in perpetuity?
Yes, add that too, please.
All right, thank you very much, John. It's just a way to protect us on these sorts of things. Okay, so John has made a motion. On that motion, Abby?
I'm an A.
Okay. Diane?
I'm a nay.
Okay. Carrie?
Aye.
You're in favor of, and John on your motion?
Aye.
Okay, and I'm in favor, so the motion carries 3 in favor, 2 opposed. Thank you all very much. I know it was a difficult application, but here we are. Thank you. Okay, so
you.
now we're going to move back to Gordon Russell. That's where we left off on Monday night because we ran out of time, and now we're reviewing the hardscape. So I'm sure we have. Do you want me to move? Okay.
This is Nathan Lynch from Flavin Architects, joined by
Thank you.
Howard Rayleigh, also from Flavin, and the
Good afternoon.
Gordon Russell is also in the meeting.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, if we could start here. Just some quick changes from our last meeting. We dashed in the existing hardscape to be removed, which is the heavy blue line. We are not building up grade on the north side of the building, only at the retained areas, which is on the far left and the far right. The far right, as we've seen in previous meetings, is a small brick landing to improve accessibility to the side deck. And on the left side is a brick patio. And a couple more changes here, just graphically, is showing the cut and fill, which is a 2-foot max on both the east side and the west side of the building. And then another graphic change here was just the red fence extensions, and then the dry laid stacked native stone at the retaining walls.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
I think, Nathan, you've got some references, images down below, just to, if we want to look at those for what the retaining wall could be, which would be a dry laid local field stone.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right.
I think we actually saw these last time,
Yes.
but it helps to see them again. Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, just another quick note on the fence is that bottom right image, the second in from the right, that fence would match the existing 1/5.
5/1.
5/1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've never approved a 1/5, I don't think. But thank you. Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
All right, great. Thanks. Holly, did HSAB offer any opinions on this part of the application?
Yes, Mr. Chair. They
Okay.
looked at this on April 26th. Their concerns were the stones are oversized, meaning these stones back here. They should be of a more common size seen in most stone retaining walls in town. There was also a comment about these are really not a retaining wall per se. It's more about, locating it within a garden bed. So those are their comments. From a staff's perspective, the applicants have provided a cross-section showing the grade change of the patio, as I believe Commissioner Welch had requested.
Yes.
The grade will go from what looks like elevation 51, which was at 49, so it would be flush that way. It's not clear as to what happens to the grade from the end of the patio towards this side property line where these existing trees are to remain. And I wanted to bring that up to the commission's attention. What's going to replace or what's going to act if there's no change in grade? It looks like it would just stay up at 2 feet in what you're going to see from, this elevation here. So that was my question. Other than that, those are the comments, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Could one of you actually answer that question?
Sure. Yeah, I can. This is Howard.
Yep.
Thanks, Holly. We would certainly just return the retaining wall or the garden wall that's proposed on the north side towards the south as needed to retain earth.
Okay.
Yeah, something simple like that. Certainly being respectful.
Sounds like what the proper solution would be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holly. Now, the last time we were talking about the architecture, the building itself, there were a few people in the audience who wanted to speak on the application. If there's anyone who wants to speak on the landscape portion of this application, you would like to unmute right now, give your name for the record, your address, and then we can hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is Catherine Pimani from 1 School Street.
Hi. Yep.
Hi, how are you? I just wanted to, first of all, just thank you and the entire committee for all the tireless hours you put into preserving Nantucket. I truly appreciate it. My concern is that the increase in the grade or proposed increase in the grade, will the grade be accounted for before the addition is done? And the reason I'm asking this question is the height of the addition ridge. I would request that it not be higher than the existing back addition ridge. I have been really blocked in by all the changes to this property, and if the ridge goes much higher with the grade elevation change, then I won't really get much sunlight in my home. And I have a little bit of a view of the Baptist church remaining that I truly enjoy, and that will be completely blocked. But I do appreciate many of the changes that have been made, and I think it looks much better. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I think I know what you were saying about the grading, but the fact is, Monday night, as I'm sure you know, we approved the revisions to the house. So the height of the new L is established, and I think you're looking at it in these elevations right now. So where the grade, the fill sits and the terrace sits with respect to that is kind of immaterial. It won't affect the height of the building. In other words, if we approve this terrace the way it's shown on these drawings, it won't make the ridge any higher than we approved Monday night, but we already did approve it at a certain height on Monday night. Does that make sense to you?
I guess so. It has
Okay.
to, whatever it is.
Okay. Just, yeah, trying to make sure that's clear. Anyone else? Hearing no one else, I think.
Sorry, can you?
No. Yep, go ahead.
This
Sorry.
is Jenny Baldock, and I'm actually pleased to say that Gordon Russell and I have had conversations, and he's agreed to a couple of changes that are amenable to us.
Changes that we see now, or future changes? I mean,
Well, I don't. One is to add in Holly. Hey, Gordon, do you want to tell them? Is he there?
I did see him there.
I am
earlier.
here.
Oh, there you go.
It's not something that I would have on the record, but, you know, my neighbor and I are discussing ways that we can increase or improve the screening, and I always do that. So, but I don't think it's relates
Okay,
to.
well, if it gets down to like plant varieties and things like that, that's not really something.
Oh, no. Okay. I mean, and Gordon, you had mentioned shrinking the patio somewhat, but we can talk about it later.
Okay, all right. So I think we're gonna, rather than get into what the neighbors are negotiating and so forth, we do have an application in front of us that shows certain things that we're either going to approve, modify, whatever. So at this point, I would like to open it up to the sitting board. It's Diane, John, Stephen, Carrie, and myself. So who would like to begin?
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Stephen.
Through you to staff. If we could, for when I speak, I don't need to be first, but I would like to see the images of the structure from Lucretia Mott, the rear of the house. I believe there's been a material change in what's presented in that image and what I'm seeing on the plan. And I may be wrong, and I hope I am. If I'm not, I want to address it when I speak. Thank you.
Okay, so are you looking for the rear elevation of the house like we saw it on Monday?
No, the actual images from Lucretia Mott that were discussed.
You mean the photographs?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, got it.
they're not on the website. I didn't see them, so.
Is that something, Holly, that you can pull up for Stephen?
Yeah, I
Is
think
this-
slide number 4, if you have it.
This one? Is that what you're looking
No.
for?
Yeah, no, I believe I've seen an image. I want to get clarification from the neighbors, if through you, Mr. Chair, if I may. I believe I've seen images, and maybe when I viewed it, the plant material, isn't there plant material on the 3 School Street side of the fence? Those arborvitae that are there now, I think are they actually there, or that's a 3D generated image?
3D.
Those are there. Those are on the
right
Lucretia
now?
Mott. Yeah, they're on the Lucretia Mott side.
Got it. Stephen, does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you. I'm good. If anybody wants to go first, I just wanted to get a clarification.
Okay, good. Who would like to start?
I'll go first.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Judging from what I see here on the map, of the property, I don't think a heck of a lot of that is really visible from Lucretia Mott on what am I trying to say here? School Street.
School Street.
I don't think there's a lot there that is not approvable. That's what what I see in the photos. So I'll leave it to you if you want to entertain a motion to approve it. It's up to you.
Well, I appreciate that, John. Let's hold on the motion just for a second till we can get a sense of what the other board members are thinking. So who's next?
I'll go, Mr. Chair, if you want.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
So I have nothing to add to what John said. I do appreciate the additional information provided by the applicant. And I would just say that I think with respect to visibility and screening, the idea of some additional plant material, like some European hornbeam or something on the 3 School Street side would be neighborly, but we've already approved the house, so I'm not going to push that. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. How about you, Carrie? Maybe muted.
I have nothing to add either. I think this all looks fine.
Okay, thanks. Diane?
No, I think it will work out. The dark blue dots are the new proposal, right?
No, that's stuff that's being removed, Diane.
Oh, so in the middle of the drawing, the upper top, you have a flight of stairs and a partial deck that is having stuff taken, right? Goes down to the basement.
Yep, that's a basement walkout. Yep.
Okay, so that's going to go. I just
No. John, Diane, sorry. To be clear, the basement stair, the pink part is new, and the blue dash part is things that are being removed to make way for the new stuff. Okay.
Okay, I lost my paper from Monday and I'm trying to remember what. So that is okay. He has easement to do all that. And I think it will work out.
Okay, thank you. So John,
Yeah.
you had offered to make a motion. I think that at this time you probably could do so.
I'll make a motion if you'd like me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted because nothing has changed in this application, and I think it's approvable for the neighborhood. So moved.
Okay. All right. Thanks, John. Thanks for the motion. On that motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Stephen. Let's move to John. John, on your motion,
I'm here.
are you in favor of your motion?
I made a motion to approve.
I know, but you're in favor of your motion, right?
Yes.
I know it's a silly question, but I do have to ask. So Diane, on the motion.
Yes.
All right. And Stephen, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So you're in
yes.
favor? Okay, thanks. And I'm in favor. Motion carries. Thank you. That's all. We're all set there. And now we're going to move along to
Thank
the
you.
last item on old business.
Thank you, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you. Okay, bye now. So next one is 7 Anna Drive. Oh, Diane, you're chairing this, dear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to mute for a little while.
Okay. Do we have Josh?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Josh, you want to tell us? It's been a long time since we've seen you, so maybe you just want to go
Yeah,
over your.
no, I can
little
go
bit.
over something briefly. Those are the old drawings. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, you're correct. So after our last meeting, we were asked to go back and provide some existing hardscape plan and show some existing conditions on where the existing driveway is. There's a small stone wall that along the back north elevation is retaining some, and along the east, it's not retaining a whole lot, but it is an existing stone wall. From there, we simplified the south elevation. We lowered the ridge line by approximately a foot, as much as we could, while we still had some interior headroom on the second floor. We took the glass out of the garage doors, the lights out of the garage doors, and we removed the pergola over the garage doors. Siding to remain as requested to be 1x6 tongue and groove #2 cedar, natural to weather, with existing awning windows. Along the east elevation remains slightly unchanged. Just wanted to point out that the deck follows the property setback lines and tapers towards the back north elevation. So in the front, as you look at it on the south elevation, it is considerably skinnier just because of the orientation to the building and the property lines. Along the north elevation, I'm sorry.
No, that's right. Go on.
Along the north elevation, you know, I concurred with the client. We kept it pretty much unchanged. The existing building has no fenestration. It overlooks a rather large parking lot behind the property that my client doesn't want to be looking at. So as much consideration, we like to keep it as minimal fenestration as possible. And looking forward to your thoughts.
All right. Abby, do you want to begin?
Sorry, Madam Chair, I was muted. I wanted to take a look at the site plan again, because I think this is the one that Stephen was concerned about neighbors. So I just wanted to take another look at actually the locus neighboring buildings and such.
Abby, there is none. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, we had a hard copy, and I also submitted a new locus plan. I'm sorry it's not showing up there.
Yeah, I should know this, but Anna Drive, it doesn't come up in my brain.
It's the little dead end street right across from the entry to the high school. And I think it used to be a dentist office on the corner there.
Yeah. Dentist office been there for ages and ages. We
Okay.
used to park there at town meeting.
How did this unusual architecture ever get approved? I'm just baffling.
Very unique.
It's very unique. Can I see the elevations again? Right, so on the one where, let's see, what is it? East, no, I'm sorry. Not east, but where you see the windows in the dormer up on the
south.
Yep. Yeah, this one. Yep. What is that? Yeah. So I don't quite understand the fenestration up there.
Okay. It's just 3/3 awning windows and then a clear story along the top. Trying to keep it barn-esque and get as much southern light up into the second floor as possible.
Yeah, it's the, yeah, I understand the sixes, the awnings.
Yep.
But I don't understand in the upper, in that dormer, is that a row of windows and then siding above it, or?
A little bit, because you'd see the exposed rafter tails coming off of the.
Okay. That's the only thing I find odd is that shed dormer. It just, I mean, either it should be all window or not at all. I think it's confusing to the eye and drags your eye to it. But I'd like to see what do other people think about that? Thank you.
Thank you.
Abby,
Yes?
did you have no opinion about all those windows to the left? 'Cause I can't read. The breezeway to match the existing shingled walls, and then the next part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 panels.
Yeah, I mean, that's concerning. I just wish I knew this area better. But
Existing greenhouse.
Yeah, it's existing.
right. Oh, so as a greenhouse, no, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
that's all.
just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Val,
Val's not on this one.
I'm not on it.
oh,
I'll go.
all right. The Johnny,
Yes, thank you. I'm looking at the north elevation. Now, the north elevation has, you say, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What is that? Is that photovoltaic or what is that?
that's a greenhouse. They just said
Okay,
it was a greenhouse.
I thought it was one of those things that makes electricity. Anyway, I'm curious, the north elevation is backed up, I believe, by, let me make a point on it. His north elevation faces the hospital in that area, but whether it can be seen, I don't know. I'll give a little short history on it. Bob Murray, one of the Murrays, Nantucket Murrays, he had a furniture business. This is back in the 50s. And he bought all that one piece of land. And then the house where the dentist is now on the corner, that was his home. And then he subdivided his other large piece and sold them. But at one time, it was visible from a travel way. Now, right now it's a travel way because it's not, it doesn't have an owner. It was broken up to small lots. So that's where it stands now. And the only thing, the north side, I cannot do anything against it. It looks good enough there because of the lack of visibility, that north side. So you make your own decision on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Carrie,
I agree with Abby that transom dormer is not appropriate. I mean, I think the whole building's a little odd. The low pitched roof is a little odd, but what's there is odd. But can we go back to that elevation again? I think there's one too many of those 3/3 windows too. They just seem sort of too many. If it could be reduced by one and aligned or recentered, but that's pretty much it. I think this does have minimal visibility just because the road is not traveled very much, but I think this elevation will be visible from the public way. And that, for me, it's that dormer, and the 3/3s I think should be reduced by one at least.
okay, thank you. Stephen,
Yeah, thanks. So through you, Madam Chair, the applicant's agent, Josh, on the proposed north elevation on the existing structure, there's some horizontal elements on the greenhouse glass. Is that something that's just an artifact in your CAD, or are they proposing to add horizontal? I don't have an issue either way. I just want to get the information.
Yes, first off, I'm sorry, that is the south elevation. I know it says proposed north, but that is the south elevation showing the greenhouse. Those horizontal elements are, because it's not perpendicular flat, so those are the horizontal divides where the glass shifts to a different angle. So it's just it should be a lighter drawn line.
Okay, so no change between the existing and the proposed, despite it showing up in one and not the other.
Yes, I believe what happened there is the hatch got put over the lines on the lower one. So no changes at all.
Okay, no, that's fine. If you were going to change, I was going to suggest to shorten up the interval because it would start to read more in proportion with the the 6 light windows you're proposing. But since you're not doing anything there, I won't touch that. I do agree. I think if you go big or go home with this, no pun intended, with the lights in the small dormer. So come in a little bit on the sides, get your corners more in proportion with the corners below, and gain some height, even if it's like a headboard, a rimboard header there for the windows. And then with respect to the windows, I agree with Carrie in terms of cutting them back, but I did look at your floor plan and I see what's going on in there. It's not really a way to do it that will look leveled up and symmetrical. So I won't push that. Overall, I did a view of this. I am familiar with the area, but I wanted to reacquaint myself. And yeah, it is what it is. It's the proposed is atypical. The existing is highly atypical. No offense to anyone. I actually think it will be kind of a quirky net improvement. So there you go. Thanks, Madam Chair.
All right, well, it's
Thank
been
you.
there for as long as I can remember, and without the addition, and we also, it was kind of, the barn shape was pretty nice, but it was pretty different, so that has not changed. So could we get a motion? Do you want to make a
I'll make a motion, but I would, if you don't mind, Madam Chair, get a little feedback from the applicant's agent on those windows over in the dormer. Is Josh, where are you on making those taller and bringing them in? Is that something that's just,
No, I
it'll
think
affect my motion?
I'm sorry, you cut out at the last moment there. Can you just repeat the last part of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking permission. I just would like to get some feedback because it will affect the outcome of my motion with respect to comments Carrie and myself had made.
Yeah, no, I think maybe shortening it up and making it taller glass would help considerably.
Okay, so that's my motion.
Okay, say that out and then we'll
Yeah,
take a
so
vote.
on the dormer area, shorten it up a little bit to get proportions similar to the structure below, and increase the height at least, I'd say 3 to 5 inches.
Okay. That's up in the dormer or the 6 lights just below it?
That's the dormer.
Okay, and the 6 lights just below it are okay as 3/3s, right? Or 6
Yeah, I
pane, what-
think
whatever.
they're actually 6 light as opposed to 3/3, but yes,
Yeah,
Correct.
Does the siding above it disappear?
most of it.
Okay.
It'll just be a casing.
Yeah, maybe just a fascia strip. No
No.
siding up there.
okay, so that's the motion. And I'll start with you, Abby,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
okay? Carrie,
Aye.
Johnny,
Yes.
Stephen,
All right.
and I am as well. So that passes. There you go, Josh, and hope I be looking forward to seeing it when it's done.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks, Diane.
Okay.
Now we're on to new business, folks, of April 27th. First item on new business And this will be the full board unless there's any recusals, which there will be, is 152 Cliff Road, color change. Do we have somebody here to represent? It says Dervin is the agent. Do we have
Mr. Chair,
anybody?
He's
Durbin
here.
Lewis
His
is
name is
here.
on.
Sorry, Dervin is here?
Yeah,
Oh, he is. Dervin, if you can hear me, can you unmute?
I see his name.
Does it say muted on it by any chance?
He just unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Hi, my name is Claudia Williams. I'm
Claudia.
representing for Dervin Lewis from the office.
All right, sounds fine. Okay, this is the regular board sitting on this. So what are you hoping to accomplish here, Claudia?
All right, well, this client just needs to change the color of the trims from natural to white.
Okay. This house is opposite Tuppence Links, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and obviously Dervin thinks that he can paint this white using the existing trim and just prime it, I guess, without back priming.
Absolutely.
Does that go for the sash as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you bubbled everything, like the fence, the railing, you know, all that stuff is getting painted white.
But it doesn't circle the windows, so no to the sash.
Well, the windows are circled. Now, I would interpret that as it being the trim, but so let's get back to that particular aspect of this. So Claudia, do you know whether the intention is to paint the window sash as well as the window casings? I'm trying to figure out whether those look like Andersons to me.
Oh.
In which case you probably can't paint the sash because they have that aluminum finish on them. But I don't know for sure.
I know he said all the external trims. So I know all the trims are going to be done. I know the window casings are going to be done, but I'm not absolutely sure about the sashes.
Okay.
I'll make a thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Diane.
I think that white is not good there.
Oh, okay.
The reason it fits in is snugly across from the links is good with using the natural colors, whatever his and around the windows.
Mhm.
And I think going down, painting that fence and the whole thing across the front would make that building just catch your eye going up. And I think this fits in better.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, through you, real quickly, sorry.
Yeah, go.
The application says white except steps, sash, and sidewall, and I believe he wanted to also paint the lattice white.
The lattice.
There's lattice on one of the pictures.
Gosh,
just,
okay.
just so you
Yeah,
all
wow.
know, that's why
Boy.
it's on for review.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah.
And I was waiting
And-
for better clarification for pictures. He was supposed to send me pictures of the neighborhood, but I never got them.
Well, I think we're all pretty familiar with that very rural side of Cliff Road down there. So, Diane, thanks for those comments. Who else would like to speak on this?
I would.
Thank you, John. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, the question is, this structure, it says color change. It doesn't say what the color change is. Whoever's reading.
Oh, no. Well, so John, basically they want to take everything that's natural to weather right now. All of the railings, posts, rakes, eaves, handrails, lattice, everything that is natural right now, they want to turn white.
Okay, in that case, I would say that move most stuff from the top of Cliff Road when you come up from coming up coming up Cliff Road, and there's a triangle. And you're further out to this house, basically, everything just about is white. There's not a lot of natural weather. So if you want to paint it white, gray and white have always been traditional approvable colors. And I have no objection to his painting his house white. I just want to make sure there's not a crazy color on the trim and something different on the sash.
No, it's white.
Yeah.
Okay, John, thank you. Abby.
So Abby thinks that, as we unfolded all of this white, I mean, the trellis, like everything, I actually don't like natural to weather, so I think a compromise might be a light gray, like a what's that one? I really like it.
The lightest one is platinum.
Yeah, I love that. I think that would really be a nice compromise because, as Diane said, this is really going to suddenly, be a signal going down the road. And right now it's so rural. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, thanks, Abby. Val.
Yeah, so with the exception of the house that's right next to this, the remainder of the houses on the same side of the street going toward Nantucket are all white trim. And the houses prior to this house have white trim. So I don't think that it's a bad, an odd ask. I don't think that the railing to the driveway or the lattice should be white because that's just, I don't know, kind of strange. It's not a fence. I don't know. But with regard to the rest of it, I think it's okay.
Okay, thanks, Val. Let's see. Okay, everybody's spoken except me. I was kind of disappointed to hear white for everything because of the fact that it would all stand out. I do like the idea of platinum gray. I don't think that the railings that come down on those steps cascading down the hill should be painted, certainly not white, maybe gray, and that the lattice underneath the porch should not be painted. That should be left natural. It's very rare, maybe in town that it's painted white, but certainly not out of town like this. So I prefer to have this go to like a platinum gray. So that's we're sort of split up a little bit on this one. So would somebody care to make a motion and we'll just see where it goes?
I will
Okay, go ahead, John.
make a motion to approve.
All right, just everything that she's requesting would be white.
Because the lattice is on either side of the porch too.
Correct. All right, so we're going to see where that motion goes. All right, so on John's motion that everything would go to white, Abby.
Unfortunately, I'm a nay. I think
Okay.
it's just too much white for me.
Right, I hear you. Val.
I'm a nay for all white as well. I think, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Diane?
I'm a nay too. Shouldn't be white. I don't mind this gray, but not white.
Yeah, okay, so John, the motion for all white basically died. You have three, well, if I voted, I would vote against that motion as well. So that motion dies. Can I have another motion?
I could try one.
Try one.
Am I muted?
No, you're good. I can hear you.
I'm sorry. I would make a motion to, instead of having white trim and so forth, to go to a platinum gray. I think it would be okay everywhere that they wanted to put the white. So that would be
Okay.
my motion.
All right, so you were being clear that if it goes to platinum gray, the concession would be that it would go on the lattice and on those railings going down the steps in the landscape as well. So correct, right, Abby?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's Abby's motion. Let's try out Abby's motion. Val.
I still would like the railing on the
Okay.
no, the thing,
No,
the,
no, I understand. I
Sorry,
get it.
no, I'm a no still.
Okay. Diane.
I'm a no still.
All right. John.
Aye.
Sorry?
Yes.
You're in favor of the motion. Was that a yes, John?
Yes, I agree with the motion.
Okay, so John's in favor. Gosh.
Well, we can adjust the motion.
Yeah,
What-
why don't we adjust the motion? Because I could kind of go either way, but I mean, I'd rather have everybody on board on this.
So were we talking about the railing going across the front of it?
No,
No.
the railing that goes down those landscape steps.
Oh, God, no,
And
no.
the lattice.
So those are the only things that if you could pull those out and have everything else go to platinum gray, I think we might be able to get 100% on this
So,
one.
yeah, I'll make a new motion to have all the white go to platinum gray, except the stairs going, the sort of circular stairs going downhill.
Landscape stairs, yeah, the railing there. And the lattice
Okay, and the lattice,
would remain natural.
yes.
Okay, so that's the revised motion. So on that motion, Val.
Aye.
All right, Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
look at that. And I'm in favor too. So that's 5 in favor, none opposed. Okay, thank you out there. All right, next up, I'm going to recuse, and I think Lisa is on her computer upstairs. We'll find out in a second.
I'm here.
So, oh, there she is. So Diane,
Yes.
can you chair the next couple?
Yep.
Thank you very
Yep,
much.
yep, I can.
Bye.
Goodbye. So we have 5 Sherman Way. That's our new dwelling.
It's a new dwelling. This is, if we look at the locust map, a site that is accessible. Sherburne Way is basically not cut all the way through. So it's accessible off of Sherburne Turnpike, but it does not continue back down as a U. It sort of dead ends to this property. And it is a new dwelling. We got approval to take down an existing dwelling maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I don't know that there's much else to say about it. I mean, the trim is white, windows white, front doors Hamilton blue, simulated divided lights, garage is attached on the wing that comes forward along the east elevation. It's anticipated to be a guest house, the bottom, the southwest of the lot. Which shows up on the site plan now. We just haven't designed that yet. The garage is attached by a 1-story link.
No. Okay. Do you have colors? White?
White.
Okay. So, Abby, do you want to begin?
Yeah, sure. When you said simulated divided light, is that? I mean,
Nice windows, the nice ones, not Anderson's. They're wood with there are 2 layers of glass with the metal spacer bar.
Okay.
The typical simulated divided light, not an Anderson, not a clad window. There'll still be wood windows.
Okay, and it's a very nice design. I just wanted to see, is it comparable to other sizes in the area?
Yeah.
It's on the large side, so I just want to make sure there are others of this.
The house adjacent to it on one side is small. We did one, one Kimball Avenue, which is on the larger size.
I see them. Yep. They're big. They're big. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful house. I'm speechless. maybe that, what is that? So that's.
That's the cut through. That's
No,
solid.
no, I'm okay with the cut through. I was just looking at the depth of that porch on the far right of the one elevation. I can't see. It's either east or west. Oh, there it is, east. I think that could be brought back a little bit, that porch on the far right over the French doors. Or does it do something?
I mean,
Well,
I don't think it's overly deep. I'm trying to see if I can see the dimension.
does it swoop in or something? Or what, why are we seeing two posts on the far right?
On the far right, I don't think you're seeing two posts. I think you're
See,
seeing.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, did I interrupt you? I'm going to the plan, trying to
Yeah.
get a sense of what you're looking at there.
If we could get the east elevation up, it would be helpful.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like it dips back. Could we go down one more to the north? Could I see the north and then the?
It's 8 foot, it's 9 foot 1.5.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, John's gonna call you on that anyway, so I would bring that into 8. I think that's a good number.
The second floor deck. I'm sorry, I thought you meant the first.
No, the, could we scroll down one more elevation? Thank you. Yeah, see how there are two posts over the French doors?
You mean on either side of these French doors?
On the far left of the west.
Oh, got it. I see what you're looking at now. Yeah.
Is it?
I'm just going to look at the, I think that's a deck in the distance that you're seeing, Abby. If you look at the second floor plan, you see that there is a deck off the 1 bedroom. And then there's a deeper deck in the middle. So you're seeing those posts in there's depth between them. They're not right. You see how you're seeing the one deck and
the other
one.
Okay.
They're not in the same plane.
Okay, can I just go up, just one more thing? I just want to look at the porch itself to see if we could go back to
the north.
Yeah, right. This is
So the one in the middle is deeper than the ones on either side.
well, I just think if that could be brought back to 8 feet, I'd be fine with this. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Abby, thank you. Val?
I don't really have anything to say. I was curious as to what color the shutters were.
I can tell you, I think they're Hamilton, let's hold on. Doors are Hamilton blue. Oh, does it not say? Hamilton blue for now is fine. That would make sense. Oh no, it says shutters are white. Oh, Ray doesn't like white shutters. Hamilton blue.
Yeah, I'm with Ray. I think that's okay. That's fine. I really have nothing to say. It's comparable to what's in the area, and it's nice and low and rambling. It's fine. It's appropriate.
Thank you. Carrie?
I agree with my fellow board members. I do have one question. Are the columns round?
The columns are tapered square, I believe.
Oh, good.
Was that it?
Yep.
John?
Yes, could I have the south elevation, please? Could you go up 3 notches, please? I can't see it. Could I get the right side of that? Hold it right there. Back it up one, please. Okay, that's my question. I won't ask my question. I see what I wanted to look for. Thank you very much.
Okay. I think that it is a good house fit in where it is. So could I get a motion?
Motion to approve with the shutters being Hamilton blue.
Okay, sounds good. Good. Abby,
Aye.
okay, Carrie,
Aye.
Johnny,
Yes.
Val on your own motion,
Aye.
and I'm an aye too. So that is a whole thing. Good, oh, good, oh. All right, so the next one is
3 Sherburne?
3 Serban Turnpike, a new garage.
Yep.
So whenever you're ready.
This is my preference. 3 Sherburne. Passion's old house. This is the, I don't know why you have these up. This was the demo, which I believe was already approved on consent, maybe?
Yeah.
There's a new garage to go in its place.
Right.
This is what we got in our packet.
That was already approved on consent.
Yeah, I can see it says demo, but that's what we had.
Is Kathy not on? Do we not?
I'm looking to see.
We submitted on 3:30.
Stand by.
Okay.
Yeah, the wrong PDF was attached.
Okay.
I'll send it to Holly real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. No problem.
Is this our last one?
You can if you'd like.
I'm sure Ray would like.
I just emailed it to you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Sure. Too many submissions.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe that this is the first time it's being heard and it was submitted 6 weeks ago.
Well, that is a huge problem. And then skipping weeks is a huge problem. And
yeah, it's okay. I was just saying it's to read like 3:30 that it was submitted. It's like, wow. Anyway, so this is the new structure. It's in the same location. It's new mainly because it's expanding in kind of all 4 directions, even though the concept of the design stayed relatively the same from the existing. It's a garage on the first floor that is centered on an existing driveway with garage doors. And then there's a shed to the right, and upstairs it's a larger, it used to just be a studio because the garage was so small, and they're making it a second dwelling now, and have received second dwelling approval from the planning board. And there was previously another building approved
What's
here.
the height of the building now?
well, what's the building look like it's going with?
It's 24 feet tall.
23 feet.
24 feet to the main ridge. 23 is on the other side. There was a bigger building approved here, which I probably should have submitted years ago that was never built, much larger. The other building eliminated, there's a second curb cut off of Sherburne Turnpike that the other building that got approved was going to eliminate. It was going to be a bigger garage. The house that it goes with is a full.
Does this follow?
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what. No, I was just asking, does this follow the design of the main house?
Yes, it's full, most of the main house, I believe, is full 2 stories. It has a roof walk. It has a single-story mudroom that kind of comes towards this building, but it's very similar. Same roof pitches, white trim. It's, you know, a house we did, I think in like 97. Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Holly.
Wow. 13 years ago. All right, anybody want to start with saying what's going on? Val?
I'm here. Thank you. I have a question. Go to the south elevation, please. Okay, as to our customary visions here, on the left side, the arch holding up the roof should be 45 and not curved.
Okay.
It's a small item, but we've always done that. To get rid of that curve. It's not typical for Nantucket. Thank you. You want a motion?
Thank you, Johnny. Val, you want? No, the other people have to speak. Val.
I'm fine with it. I just wanted to see a picture of the house that was its counterpart. And you just showed, Holly showed us that, so it's fine.
Okay, so we're all set. All right, and Stephen? Stephen?
Yeah, I didn't comment on it. I'll abstain. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Johnny?
I think you're looking for me to say something, Diane.
I'm in favor with
Yeah,
the change.
that would be good.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you just called on me. Let me speak, please. All right. I will vote in favor of the motion to approve it, providing they make that a 45-degree angle on the support for the porch, for the deck.
We have to just hold your motion for a minute, John. Let Abby speak, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Abby.
Okay, thank you. My feeling is that could we just look at the lot plan, where it sits on the lot, because
It's just where the existing garage is. You can see
yeah,
the.
okay. All right, sorry, at first I thought it looked too large for the lot, but now that I see it again, it's not so bad. Okay, I'm fine with it.
Okay, so John, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve it with the change that that's 45-degree angle. Thank you.
Okay. One thing before we do it, I'm sorry, I should have thought of it, is the color of the door and the door to the garage. No, that was the other one. Never mind, forget it. Abby.
Aye.
On John's motion.
Aye.
Okay. Val
Aye.
on his motion.
Aye.
Stephen on his motion. Johnny on your motion.
Aye.
And
for the change, yes.
I am an aye also.
Thank you. Do you need a rate back?
No, that's it.
Yeah. So I just looked at the time, how time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, Diane. It's actually 2:37. So we ran a little over. Thank you all very much. I think that we're going to break now. Do I understand that there's no meeting next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct. At all, or is there a third?
At all.
It's mind bending to me.
I know. It's look, not that we all love spending hours and hours reviewing stuff. It's, a lot of time, but I feel like every time we get a break like this, it's not really a break, because then even more work piles up. So that was not particularly positive news that we didn't have a meeting next week. So gosh, I don't know what to say. Kathy, I'm sure you're doing your best in terms of trying to get us scheduled for something. I'm sure this is an NCTV thing, right?
Yeah.
I know you got to.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want, I can look in with Erica and see what's available next week. It may be in, or like Friday.
Yeah, you
Friday
know,
might be wide open.
I'd really like to because, gosh, look, I'd like to try and halfway stay on top of some of this stuff. You know?
Yeah, and I really think that, please don't take this the wrong way, but as board members, we need to look at these applications ahead of time because we're getting bogged down because nobody's looking at them ahead. And I think it behooves everyone to just give it a peek.
Yeah,
I agree.
well, yeah,
I peek, I write them all down.
yeah.
So.
Listen, folks, I
but
don't think
when
it's
you
any
listen
big
to
secret
Somebody else's opinion.
that there's a lot of things in play
Oh.
here. One, Nantucket is going through a building boom. Two, we've been on Zoom for a long time, and Zoom is not the most time efficient process. Meeting in person is certainly, makes things flow a little bit more smoothly. So there's a lot of things that are problematic, but not being able to have a meeting once a month, that's adding to what is already quite a large problem. Anyway, I'm complaining right now. So, Kathy, is there anything that we need to cover?
We could get one.
What? Sorry?
Maybe we could get one. Maybe we could get one like on a Friday or something.
Well, I
so we
think
don't
Kathy's
lose
going to
so
look
much.
into that for us. All right. So,
Yeah.
Maybe we just spend a few hours and knock a few more of these off. That would be great. So Kathy, get back to us on that. But in the meantime, Kathy, anything time sensitive or should we adjourn for the day?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, John.
question.
Yep.
Next meeting is on May 10th. There's no meeting. So the next meeting will be on May 18th. Am I correct?
Well, as it stands right now, John, you're correct. Yes. But what Kathy is going to try and do is going to try and squeeze us in maybe possibly next Friday. We'll see how that goes. Okay.
Thank
But
you.
John will definitely let you know. Okay.
5:18. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Very good.
Anytime, morning or afternoon.
Hey, doesn't matter. Just see what's available first, and then we'll decide. Okay, so I guess maybe we can adjourn for today. Can I have a
Motion
motion?
to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Actually, Val beat you to it, but Diane on Val's motion.
Aye.
Thank you, Abby.
Aye.
John
Aye.
and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a nice
Later.
rest of the week, and maybe we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Oh,
Bye-bye. Bye, Terry.
bye-bye.
Aye. Good day to walk the beach.